all these videos and all this talk going on about P. Diddy, aka what I grew up knowing him as Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. I used to be really good friends with a dude that was on his label named Craig Jameson. He was known as Craig Mack. And Craig, he fucked Craig over. He fucked Black Rob. He fucked over a lot of people. Anybody that has ever been a part of the entertainment industry back in the late 90s, whatever, you already know. We already know. We been knew who Puff Daddy was and the type of shit he was into and the shit he was doing. He came on the scene like, he's like the person that becomes a police officer that always was bullied or didn't have no clout, but he came from he had parents that had clout. So anyway, make a long story short, Puffy has always been a sleazebag. Always. He's always been a sleazebag. That's nothing new. If you are a part of the industry, you know already. Okay? It took decades. You know how many people Puff Daddy fucked over? You know, truth be told, allegedly, you know why Biggie's dead? Tupac and them. But anyway, bottom line is, I used to, back in the day, there was J-Lo, Haley, all those people, those women that are now super duper famous. I was a little younger than them, just a little bit younger, a few years younger. But when they were out here trying to get on in New York, when I was younger and they were trying to get on, and I was like 17, 18, and they were trying to get on, I knew what you had to do. There was a movie called Zebrahead that I went up for the lead. I got the lead role in this movie, Zebrahead. But they passed me over and gave it to another young lady. Because there's certain things that I just was not willing to do. I would have been a whole different person in a whole different lifestyle if there were certain things that I was willing to do when I was younger. There was a photographer named A.J. Sandone. He was a world famous professional Italian photographer for Click Modeling Agency. I had a friend named Minerva, and she was the madam of Harvey Firestone, Firestein, but the guy who owned Firestone Tires. Anyway, she had done a bid for him. I was 16 when I met Minerva, and she was like 32. She kept her mouth shut and she protected. You know, in New York, growing up, this is why when I meet dudes from NYC nowadays, I realize these dudes these are some watered down version of the dudes that I grew up with. There was a code we had. It was a code, you know. I can mention names because I don't think Minerva's alive anymore. I don't think she is. If she is, I don't think the Firestone guy, I haven't said anything bad about him anyway, but I don't think the Firestone guy is alive anymore. But anybody and anybody that knows anything that has anything to do with the entertainment industry back in the 90s and the early 2000s already know what it is. All this Me Too movement that just came out, that's recent. Man, you couldn't get a role. You think Halle Berry and all these people got roles because they talented? Yeah, they're talented, all right. Allegedly. Bottom line is, I would have had a whole different life. I might be dead. I might have been strung out. Who knows? But I would have had a whole different life if I would have made different choices in my life. But as far as P. Diddy's concerned, I didn't know it was as bad as Cassie said, and all the beating, the torture, and the rape. I didn't know it was that bad. But we all knew P. Diddy was Sean Puffy Combs was a sleazebag from day one. Day one. There's a lot of people dead because of him. There's a lot of people broke because of him. There's a lot of people suffering because of him. It took decades. But the truth always has a way of coming to fruition. No matter what. You can hide it. You can put mask on. You can... all of this shit. The real truth always has a way of coming out. It takes longer than... you know, sometimes longer than others, but it always comes out. It's crazy. I'm just watching these videos. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's too bad people like Craig and, you know, Biggie, and I'm too bad they didn't live to see it, though. Because Puff Daddy's going down, yo. He's about to get his in a big way. The chickens have come home to roost.